Hello, dear friends. Welcome. Good morning. Friends, let us in this video today talk about ignorance. What does it mean when you say ignorance in the spiritual sense and how to remove it? That's a very important question. If you are a true truth seeker, you are on the path of self-realization, then this is very important topic because there is so much ignorance, lack of awareness. So first of all, what is this ignorance? In the spiritual sense, like I was chanting yesterday in my video, a great chant from one of our Upanishads, Asto ma sadgamya, tamso ma jyotirgamya. Now, tamso ma jyotirgamya means you are praying, lead us from darkness to light. Now here, when you are saying darkness and light, you are not referring to physical light, right? And the darkness is darkness of ignorance, lack of awareness in the spiritual sense, and light is the light of wisdom, spiritual light, right? Now you come across many people who say they have read so many scriptures, they have mastered the Vedas, they do meditation, but still in times of distress, in times of when things go wrong, they lose hope and they become sad, and many they go into depression. That is why they need to remove the ignorance, spiritual ignorance, which hasn't been removed in spite of such long study of scriptures, meditation, and so on. So, the ignorance, first of all, is the ignorance about who you are. That is the very first inquiry. When you are on the spiritual path, the very first inquiry is, who am I? Right? And then, what is the purpose of life? What is meant by why we are born? Why we have to reincarnate time and again? And what lies beyond death? So many questions, so many things. So, not knowing about this, in spite of your deep study of scriptures and others, and meditation, etc., that means you are still ignorant. Ignorance is not removed. So, ignorance means lack of awareness in spiritual sense, not understanding the purpose of life and so on. Now, our ancient wise rishis, sages, true saints, true gurus, they knew the nature of man. So they categorized all humans under three categories. The very first one, those who know not and know not that they know not. They are ignorant, but they are not aware of their ignorance. They think they are learned since they have mastered so many scriptures, Vedas. They are doing meditation. But still, ignorance is not removed. And the tragedy is that those falling under this category, they know not, and they know not that they know not. So the very first step is acceptance of your ignorance, right? You come across so many people when you talk on any spiritual topic, they say, yes, I know. But in reality, they don't. They don't know the essence. Right? Then the second category is those who know not, but they know that they know not. They can be taught. They can learn. They have open mind. Okay? And there is another third category also. Those who know and know that they know. And all true sages come under that category. And one very recently descended upon this earth, a great Tibetan Lama, Lobsang Rampa. He wrote 19 books. So all his books are like scriptures. Right? So the very first step, if you wish to have enlightenment, get a removal of your ignorance, very first step is acceptance that yes, in spite of your study or meditation and so on, you still have ignorance. That is the very first step, right? Then how to go about it, right? And the answer is given by Vedanta, the philosophy of Vedanta, right? And it has given a 3-step solution. The very first step is acquiring information or knowledge, right? You have to get information, you have to get knowledge by study or by listening. Someone is narrating, giving a discourse and you are listening, or you are studying the scriptures first hand. That is the very first step, to get information, right? But the next 2 steps are generally ignored, and that is where the key lies, the key to removal of ignorance. Because the fact is that not only acquiring knowledge or information removes ignorance, but realization of the knowledge which you have acquired, only that removes ignorance. The only knowledge which is realized. Now, acquiring knowledge and realizing knowledge, there are 2 different things, completely apart. And you need to understand what is meant by realization, right? So the very first step which our Vedanta gives is study, get information. Now here again there is a trap. I have heard from so many people that they got inspired by seeing my videos on the great Tibetan Lama Lobsang Rampa, and they have started reading his books. Now this great Lama had written 19 books, and I remember a person who was saying that he has read 4 of his books during the last week, and now the person is on to the 5th one. But still that person has so many questions unanswered. So what is the point of rushing? Reading 4 books in 1 week. See, it is not literary study. Spiritual study means different thing. You have to digest, you have to realize. Realization is the next step. So read only a little. Even sometimes a chapter may be too much, right? It could be any scripture. It could be books of Lobsang Rampa or Bhagavad Gita or any other scripture. But read only a little at a time. And then the very next step which Vedanta gives is Manan. What is that? That means to reflect upon whatever you have read, to think over it. So do not rush to read further, but whatever you have read, reflect on that. Give yourself some time. Don't rush. Take time. Spend couple of days. Whatever you have read, think over it. Contemplate is the word. Contemplate on whatever you have read. Right? And then if you do it sincerely, honestly, then so many questions will arise in your mind. So many doubts and questions. So the next step is to get answers to all your questions so that your doubts are removed. For that, you may have to broaden your study. Look for the answers. So much information these days is easily available. Right? So once whatever you have read, that is now very clear, crystal clear, you have no doubts, no questions, and it is best always to write down the questions, whatever questions arise in your mind, because you may not be able to immediately resolve all the questions, all the doubts. If some remain, doesn't matter. It could be that your further study will enlarge your consciousness, increase your awareness, and you will be able to understand whatever you are not able to understand right now. But most of the trivial questions must be removed first. Right? And then you read further and follow the same first two steps. Study and then reflecting upon whatever you have read, Manan. Now, after reading a book or after reading some scripture and after following these two steps, then even then your ignorance may not be removed, because the information you have understood but you have not realized. There is subtle difference between accumulation of knowledge, getting knowledge, understanding it, and realization. Realization is a deeper thing, right? It has to become part of you. It has to sink in your subconscious mind so that no doubt remains. And even in your times of difficulty, you have spark of inspiration because of removal of your ignorance. So for that, the third step is Nididhyasan. Vedanta says Nididhyasan. And for that, two main tools are pranayama and meditation. Going deep in meditation, reflecting on, focusing on some topic or some concept which you have understood, and then go deep in meditation. Meditation opens two major doors. One is it enables you to tap into your subconscious mind, and also it enables you to access the superconscious level of existence, trance state. And from the trance state, intuitive knowledge coming from your over self, and from your subconscious mind, which is a great powerful source of information. So you are able to tap into these two, and then there will be no doubts left about whatever you have studied. And then only gradually you will have realization. You will realize the knowledge which you studied, which you accumulated, and only that realized knowledge will remove your ignorance. Yes, so don't rush. Don't say that you have read so many books and now you are moving forward to reading other books. Don't rush. There's no point in that. If you read one book or one scripture and then you may have to repeat it again, study it for the second time, and you will be surprised. It so happens in spiritual study that so many things which you ignored during your first study, they will come to your attention during your second study or third study. I have been reading Lobsang Rampa's books since 1969 or 70, but I have read so many times, and even now if I read a book again, I get something new, something which didn't get my attention, right? And also by repeated studies, it will sink into your subconscious mind. Many readers of Lobsang Rampa blamed him that you are repeating so many things in your books. See, repetition sometimes is essential so that the concepts, they look simple. Spiritual concepts are simple, but realization of those concepts is difficult. It takes time, right? I hope you enjoy this video, and if you have any comments, let me know. Thank you for watching.